So Stuart and Bev, it's been awesome having you on the trip. We started a relationship back many months ago, back in even August, July time. You met with one of our colleagues, Brendan, in Johannesburg. Tell us just from a trust point of view, I mean, you shared with me, in the beginning, obviously the components that you were concerned about. Please just kind of explain the journey, in terms of you were concerned, as you said, you got busy at work, and now you've come here, you've met the guys. Talk us through the last couple of months, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sure. I think it's like any investment and it's not a small investment you're going to make, is that you've got to build up that trust relationship. Obviously, last year when I spoke to Brendan initially, we went through the process, but obviously you still want to verify and make sure that everything is legit, obviously. And then, I was looking at possibly buying end of last year, and then as you've said, I got quite busy, and then decided we'll commit ourselves to this year to come and actually have a look at the properties.
And I mean, from a trust component, I mean, if you were to give us a factor out of 10, in August, what would you have rated, in terms of us being able to deliver on what we were talking about?
And the opportunity as a whole, so just overall, yeah.
I suppose 5, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bev, from your perspective, now you've been here, you've seen it, you've touched it, where would you place that number now?
But I'm much happier that I've been. I found that here is much more professional in Atlanta. In Orlando, I wasn't very happy with the management guy that did the maintenance and the rentals and things. So I would say Atlanta is definitely the place to be in, and I'd rate you 10 out of 10.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
We didn't say Scott, we said that. And so what are some of the key things, I'm curious to hear, that you've learned over the last few days, particularly around the investment and perhaps around the US?
Yeah, I think it was seeing the variety, first of all, understanding the market in the various, counties or not counties, and then meeting the people that you're going to be entrusting to carry out the investment and look after your investment afterwards. I think that was crucial, because that helped us make our decision to stick with Atlanta.
Okay, cool.
RJ is very, very professional.
Yeah.
His quality of work, everything.
Yeah.
I must say, he's really turned my mind completely, because I was dead against even getting here. Because you just don't know. And I'm the type of person, I need to know everything before
And I mean, I think it's very important, because you've got experience back home. You guys invest in properties back home. You like to be able to go and see it, touch it. You've told us stories all week about driving around and looking at properties. So we understand the big leap, and it's also a big leap of faith. But having been out here now, are you comfortable, like you've said, Stuart, that these guys can look after your investment for you, basically?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think travelling with him yesterday, looking at all the properties that he's busy with, was amazing. That he can actually cope with so many. I don't know how he's going to cope this next few weeks with all the properties just bought. So hopefully he can finish the houses we've chosen.
Awesome.
And a point of view of the stock that you saw on the ground in every area, what was your feeling about the quality of the buildings and the quality of the repairs that has been done to these units?
I wasn't impressed with Memphis at all. I think the quality of the repairs wasn't great. I wouldn't have accepted some of the houses that were finished, and that obviously was a big concern to me, because then 6 months down the track you're going to be paying extra maintenance. Where RJ, there's a mark, he replaces it. He does. There's no questions asked. So in terms of your longer term view, definitely Atlanta, in terms of his standard of work as well, and what he's providing, the package, especially for the people they're going to rent, that's crucial, that they get in a quality product. That's, I think, will be definitely better than the rest that's out there.
Oh, awesome. I wanted to let you in on some really good news as well. As we know, the US economy has gone through quite a big slump. And this morning I picked up the Wall Street Journal, and there's been a 2% increase in GDP productivity since Bev started spending her credit card here. So
I'm not surprised.
the stock market's reached an all-time high. There's boom times in America. No, but with all seriousness, sorry.
But just on that note, I think that what we're having a chat with with Peter earlier about different areas being different strategies, income, capital.
Mm.
It also impacts the quality in which, not so much the quality, the type of service that people go into. For Atlanta, for example, I'm sure you would have learned this, that it is a much higher quality, much better income earning tenant. So they expect better finishes, and that's why they replace. It's a different market. Whereas in Memphis, for example, it's middle income, and so they're happy with good quality second-hand replacements as opposed to blowing the budget on brand new chrome stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's obviously influenced your decision, which is there's no right or wrong, and it just goes to show that Peter actually quite liked Memphis, and so I'm learning from this where that impacted your decision, which is cool. It's totally your thing. But so that's an interesting observation.
There's just one last thing that I wanted to point out as well. Quite a few people on these buyers trips have come one person, the husband or the wife. You guys are, I think, the first that's actually come as a couple together. Was it valuable for you? You're not trying to phone home and share stuff. You actually can talk about it.
That's it. I can imagine Bev at home. I'm saying, listen, buying 2 houses. She would have said, I would have got 20 questions or 200 questions or whatever. So we made that call because I could have gone to any financing and said, here's, take my money, invest it. And when you look at the fees that they charge as well, I said, well, instead of paying them, let me come and do the groundwork and make the call myself.
Well, look, on our behalf, it's been awesome having you here. We've had a fantastic week. The energy's been amazing, and really, you guys have sat right in the front row and added to that energy the whole way around on the bus. So we want to thank you. It's been awesome spending the time with you.
Thanks very much for your time.
And I'd like to thank you very much for sorting out the banking accounts, because going to that American bank and see, oh my gosh, now we've got a problem here, and to sort that out, thanks. That was really important for me to make sure that I've got my own bank account and that I've opened it.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.